welcome to another edition of A Better You in a Minute or Two. I'm Dr. John McGrail, and I have a question for you. Have you ever been in a discussion or an argument with someone and either one of you said, you know what, I don't know about what you're saying. You show me, prove it, and then I'll believe you. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, I know the answer to that question because we all do it. That model of thinking, I'll believe it when I see it, is the basis of modern Western philosophy and, of course, our scientific model. And in science, that type of thinking works really, really well because if you can't prove something, it can't be scientific. And that's great. But in terms of how we live our lives and manifestation, it can really get us into trouble. I hear this from clients all the time. You know, when I get my fill in the blank, money, relationship, it doesn't matter what it is, then I can be happy. I'll believe it when I see it. And unfortunately, in terms of manifestation, it doesn't work that way. If you're waiting for something to happen in order to be happy, well, what are you focusing on? You're focusing on its opposite, the lack of it. And when you focus your energy on the lack, you tend to attract more lack. The law of attraction says that which is like unto itself is attracted. Now, if we were to ask the tribal peoples of the world, the indigenous primitive people of the world, how manifestation occurs, they'd say, well, we believe in order to see. And a great example of that are the Australian Aboriginals, those who still live the old ways. Once a year or so, they go on what's called a walkabout. And they literally walk into one of the harshest environments on the planet, the outback. And when they go, they bring nothing with them. They bring no food, they bring no water, they just go because they believe and know that the universe will provide them whatever they need whenever they need it. And guess what? They've been doing this for thousands of years, so there must be something to it. So what I teach my clients who are trying to change and transform their lives is start focusing on what you want. Believe you're going to get it with all your might. Create that energetic feeling of, oh, this is so wonderful. And when they do, suddenly things begin to happen. Now there is a useful place for I'll believe it when I see it. And that's with clients who come in with limiting beliefs about themselves. I'm not worthy, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve to have whatever it is, a relationship, more money, it doesn't really matter. And when I get that argument, because they truly believe this, I'll say, well, you know what? Prove it to me. Show me. Can you give me any substantive evidence that would support your argument that you're not worthy or that you don't deserve or that you're not good enough? Come on. Show me. I'll believe it when I see it. And of course, they can't. Because there is no real evidence. They're just believing something that they learned usually long, long ago, and very often from people like parents or teachers or friends who just basically said, you know, you're not enough. You don't deserve whatever it is. And because we're little kids, usually when we hear this for the first time, and we'll believe anything, they believed it. And then I'll add to it just a little bit. I'll say, not only do you not have any evidence, which means this cannot be true. So if your limiting belief cannot be true, what must be true? Well, what must be true is that you do deserve, you are worthy. And then I'll add just a little bit of a stinger to it. I'll say, by the way, where did whomever it was that taught you this, very often our parents or our teachers or friends, as I said, where did they go to get the degree to give them the qualification to make this judgment about you? And of course I get another quizzical look. They don't. There is none. They just assume the power, and because we're innocent and little, we let them. And when we think about it, they have no more basis or qualifications to judge us, good or bad or happy or sad, than anybody else on the planet. So, I'll believe it when I see it. Works really well to get rid of limiting beliefs. But if you want to manifest, you've got to believe in order to see. If you have a limiting belief about yourself, do the test. Write down the hard evidence that would prove your limiting belief is true. I guarantee you won't be able to do it. And if you want to change that limiting belief, well, you're probably going to need a little assistance. I've said that so many times, and that's where people like me come in. So give me a call anytime. I'd be happy to have a chat with you. And if I can't help you, I can certainly point you in the right direction, because once you realize there's no basis in fact for your limiting beliefs, it makes it much easier to give them up, to realize that you are worthy, that you are a powerful creator, and that's why you came into this lifetime. And then with a little assistance, you can flip that coin, start believing in order to see, and guess what? The universe will provide. Rule number 1, remember, in the synthesis process, life is supposed to be fun. And rule number 2, it's all about a better you. Till next time, this is Dr. John. So long.